Hi guys, welcome back everybody. In the previous video I showed you guys how we could save the subject his or her reaction time by typing the .rt after the empty variable that we filled with this await key function. In addition, I showed you guys how we could save a variable using the log function. And right now our experiment is almost finished. All the necessary elements are over there. However, it's necessary that we clean up our script. And there are several things we need to do. The first thing we need to do is remove the small i's over here. If you go with your cursor over them, it will say missing semicolon. And what is actually this semicolon? Well, if I place a semicolon over here, you see that the I will disappear. And why is that the case? Well, you could compare it to the English language, in which each sentence starts with a capital and ends with a dot. And in JavaScript, we use lines that are quite similar to sentences. However, each line starts on a new line, so over here, and we also end all the lines with the semicolon, like this. And as you see, the i's will start disappearing next to the screen once I place semicolons behind the statements. The next thing we need to do is remove all repetitive elements in our script. And the first repetitive element that I see right now are all these vars over here. Instead of telling each new line that we are going to create a variable, we can also not end the line and thus replace the semicolon by a comma and then remove var over here. Because actually JavaScript will now read these two lines as one sentence. So we're going to remove all these vars over here. And replace all the semicolons with commas. However, this line over here contains our last variable, and thus we will end the line with a semicolon to tell JavaScript that we are defining all our variables inside these lines. This already looks a bit cleaner, but there are still some repetitive elements we need to replace. For instance, this go, no go, go, no go, go, no go, etc. If we want to go to, let's say, 30 trials, we need to copy paste this several times. However, I think this is not the best way to go. So I'm going to show you a different way how we can solve this problem. We're going to empty this array and we are going to create a loop that will fill the array stimuli all. And we're going to use a for loop again. So we start at 0, we continue until 15, I will tell you later on why, and the value of I is the old value of I plus 1. Yes, so now we are going to place something inside the loop, and that is actually the .push function that we also used over here. Because over here we pushed the reaction times with 2 decimals inside our answer object inside the array reaction time. Well, we're going to do something very similar right now. We're going to push elements inside stimuli all. And what are we going to push inside there? We're going to push stimuli go. And we are going to do the same for stimuli no go. End the lines with a semicolon. What will happen right now is that we will do 15 cycles, and during each cycle we will push the word go and the word no go inside the array stimuli all until we have got 15 times go and 50 times no go inside our array. Afterwards, we're going to shuffle all these elements. We're going to place some semicolons over here, over there. Okay. Let's see. Let's add the last semicolons over here. Okay, all the i's have disappeared. The last thing I want to show you guys is the I is old value of I plus 1. Because there's a lot of cases that a programmer wants to take the old value and add 1 to it. So there's another notation that you will see more often when you're looking for scripts online, and that is the I plus plus notation, which is actually just the same as the I is I plus 1 over here. A last nice thing to do is that right now I have decided that we're gonna do 30 trials. However, we could also replace this 30 with stimuli all dot length. This means that we are going to go through these cycles until the length of stimuli all has been reached, which right now is also exactly 30 times. Well, I think everything is in place. Let's see if our experiment works. Welcome to my experiment. Mail, name is Job. Press G when you see go, do nothing when you see no go. I'm just going to push the G button really fast. You had 15 correct responses. Well, good job, guys. Everything works appropriate. That was it for this course. You guys have finished your first experiment in about 1 hour of videos. Good job. I'm really proud of you, and I hope to see you guys again at chapter 3, in which we will be using more difficult functions in order to create more complex experiments. Thank you guys for watching.